HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy. On today's edition, we have the latest in Hiller sports. We talk with the Baypath Humane Society about their fostering program. We have a look at the virtual MLK Day festivities and much more. But first, a brand new episode of the Hopkinton Hangout Hour took place. School Superintendent Dr. Cavanaugh updated on the COVID-19 situation in Hopkinton Public Schools.
Have you been going into work?
Oh, I surely have. Yes,
Okay.
yes. I double mask. I stay pretty isolated in my office, so it's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
If
good.
I test negative, I feel fine going to work.
Okay, good. So I do want to chat a little bit about the schools and what you're observing there and how you're seeing things going. I do think that, I would like to just kind of get the elephant out of the room first, and let's get some COVID updates. What are you hearing from DESE, or what's happening with interactions with the town, and just what's the latest everything COVID?
Sure. So just last week, actually, DESE came out and said, voila, we now have two options. You had to pick A or B. And I didn't think A was so favorable, but I thought B was less favorable. So the district is going with option A. And option A, it means that we can do symptomatic testing in the schools. So say, for example, there's a staff member or a student who starts to present with symptoms during the day. That person can go to the nurse's office, and the nurse can test that person for symptoms of COVID or for COVID positivity or negativity. So that I think is actually very helpful. But the second piece of it is the state is going to be providing test kits. So you know how when you get the COVID test kit, you'll typically get two tests inside the box.
Yep.
Every other week, we'll send students and staff home with one of those test kits, as long as they've enrolled in the program. And we'll send them home on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, they'll actually test at home. And if they test negative, they come to school. And if they test positive, there's an online form that they should fill out. But I think that this alleviates a lot of pressure from the schools. Before we were doing so much of the testing in school, that now if kids are testing outside of school, it will be helpful to identify positivity, but it will also be really nice to just have that take place outside of school, and we can focus on teaching and learning.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Now, I don't have oversight into a lot of the information from a lot of the schools. I do get emails concerning the high school, and it did seem to me that before the break, there was kind of a strong blip of COVID occurring. And in the past, few weeks that we've been back, I haven't really seen that much. What are you seeing from your perspective?
Yes, in early December, we had so many COVID cases. They were just coming fast and furious. And I know that parents, students, teachers, they were alarmed by the numbers that we were seeing. And according to Sean McCall, if we started to get some Omicron variant in our schools, maybe a little bit earlier than some of the other communities did. So we know that Omicron is so rapidly spreading, super contagious. And so, I think that accounts for how many absences we had in positive tests that we had throughout the month of December. But we are starting to see the cases come down pretty significantly now. I don't know if it might have been the middle school today when it reported its case numbers out. I think there was only one student, or no, one person, I should say. I don't know if it was a student or a staff member who had tested positive there. So it's kind of nice to watch those numbers diminish. There was a 3-week period in January where over 3 weeks' time, when I report to DESE, we had 558 cases in 3 weeks' time.
Wow.
Huge,
Wow.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah.
Out of, what's our student body? 3,000 people or close?
It's just over 4,000, about
All right.
4,010, 15-ish.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a significant number.
That is a significant number. And so we were doing that day 6 testing. So if you were returning on day 6, you could test. And if you were negative, come back to school. If you were positive, we would send you home until day 10. And, we were really doing that because the CDC had said, if you test positive on day 6, you could be shedding the virus at least until day 8. There was a high likelihood. So,
Yeah.
But now I feel like with the numbers coming down and COVID seemingly being far more under control and kids doing the at-home testing, today was the first day that we stopped the morning testing. And of course, our kids have to stay, the returners really need to make sure that they are wearing their masks properly. And when they eat snack or they eat lunch, they are separated from the kids who, are not COVID positive, because we just want to make sure that if there is any virus shedding when the masks are off, it's not going to spread to others.
Right. Be sure to catch all new episodes of the Hopkinton Hangout Hour Wednesdays at 7 p.m. On Martin Luther King Day, the Hopkinton Freedom Team partnered up with HCAM to bring a tremendous virtual presentation. Here's a look in case you missed it. HCAM and the Hopkinton Freedom Team partnered to host a virtual Martin Luther King Jr. Day event. The program featured many participants from the community and was live on HCAM.
To learn how to stand up and speak up for one another, and how to engage in hard conversations to help promote better understandings and relationships. In short, the Hopkinton Freedom Team promotes compassion, acceptance, and respect for all people to be exactly who they are, and to love and care for one another as true neighbors of free, just, united, and like-minded world that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned.
The keynote speaker of the event was Jamil Adams, who discussed love, inclusion, and trust, and how these values align with the humanitarian legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
So understand, we come into this space with any number of experiences in our lives. There's a face that we have on screen, and there's a face we have amongst the people that we live. But behind those faces that we present are lives that we're living. So I don't know what's going on behind that face that you're presenting. It could be something fantastic, something beautiful, something you're excited about, or something that you're concerned about. Whatever that energy may be, we welcome you into this space with love. We welcome you into this space with trust. We welcome you into this space as friends and family. And we say friends and family because when we say ladies and gentlemen, we leave people out. So we welcome everybody non-binary. When we say kings, queens, and non-binary royalty as well, we welcome you all of us into this space as your equals, all right? Now, there are a couple things that I'll share. I got about 5 quotes from Dr. King that I want you to vibe with me on. The one is that the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Like, think about that. The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. That means that across the globe, across the planet, the universes as we know them, no matter what people are thinking, oftentimes those thoughts and our motivation should be bending towards justice. All right? And with that, this space, again, whether it being digital, does not prevent us from bending towards justice in its numerous forms. Now, I think that the digital space, I'm going to come back to this for a second. We're in a digital space and it's a blessing. I looked at these digital Zoom pieces as opportunities to connect differently.
Members of the community and local organizations contributed a 2 to 3 minute speech about Dr. King.
For me, it was about making our schools as inclusive as possible and embracing our diversity. I want Hopkinton Public Schools students and staff to know we honor their identities and that our schools and greater community are better because of the richness that they bring.
Revisit these stories to create strength and solidarity in our communities as we move forward towards a more equitable world. For this Martin Luther King Day, the Reference Department is providing information on activists from across history and in different movements who have pushed our society forward.
In public service, the search for truth compels us to be tolerant of diverse opinions, seek and celebrate differences, and to be always curious. Central to this approach is the need to take a radical stand against fundamentalism. When we do so, we affirm the finite freedom of every citizen in Hopkinton, every resident in Hopkinton, to be heard, to be part of the processes that determine and decide the future of the community. In this context, approaches such as my idea is better than yours, it's my way, or the highway have no place whatsoever.
From the Drum Major Instinct, sermon by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 1968.
If you want to be important, wonderful.
If you want to be recognized, wonderful.
If you want to be great, wonderful.
But recognize that he who is greatest among you is your servant.
That's a new definition of greatness.
By giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great.
Here's everybody can serve.
You don't have to have a college degree to serve.
You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve.
You don't have to know about Plato and Aristotle to serve.
You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve.
The event was a success, and you can check out the full program on our YouTube page or website, hcam.tv. We are going to take a quick time out. You are tuned into HCAM News. A whole lot more ahead. Don't go anywhere. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. A whole lot of Hopkinton Hillers sports took place this past week. Here's a look at the latest update. On Wednesday, January 19th, Hiller boys hockey took on Bellingham and netted a goal early in the first period.
And led by head coach Brad Quacksher along the far side. Ian Tosca. And now a shot, and it's in! Joe Scardino makes it 1-0. A beauty of a pass from Ian Tosca, and Scardino nets the first goal of the game.
Joe Scardino nets a goal after a great feed from Wyatt Ian Tosca to make it a 1-0 game a little less than 4 minutes in. It remained a 1-0 game late into the third period, and Bellingham responded.
And there's another shot, and that is going to be sent wide. And a secondary shot, and Bellingham has just tied the game. Jamison Eldridge. Wow.
The game remained tied 1-1 and went into overtime, but that did not last long.
In the overtime period. Win. Taking it up the far side, leaves it behind. Scardino sends it towards the net, turned away. Title coming in from the corner, wraps around, takes the shot, and that's it! Wow, Ryan Title with the game winner! 22 seconds into overtime.
Ryan Title scores 22 seconds into overtime and clinches the win for the Hillers as Hopkinton takes it 2-1. The Hillers improve to 3-5 with the victory. On Friday, January 21st, Hiller girls basketball hosted Norton. It was a back and forth first quarter in which Norton outscored Hopkinton 12-9.
Better luck from outside than they have been from inside.
And a nice feed by Fieri to Cotrain, and she will pop it off the glass and in.
In the second quarter, the Hillers responded.
And a nice steal by Fossbender. Fossbender, coast to coast off the glass and in.
Hillers led 21-20 at the half and picked up the offense in the third quarter.
Fossbender collects.
She had two open girls under the hoop. Could have given it up to them, but
Davies with the finish.
The Hillers will take advantage of that.
Hillers outscored Norton 20-14 in the third quarter and would end up taking the game 60-53. Kiki Fossbender had a team-leading 19 points. Brooke Doherty added 13 points for the Hillers in the win. Hopkinton improves to 3-3 on the season. Hiller boys basketball also grabbed a win over Norton, 54-47. Nate Casper had 15 points. Evan Marazimi added 12 points for the Hillers' road win. On Saturday, January 22nd, Hiller Wrestling went 3-1 in a quad meet at Milford. The Hillers got pins from Jari Zaidi, Devin Canty, and Justin Sokol. Also on Saturday, January 22nd, Hiller Swimming took on Medfield. Here's a look.
All right, and diving in the water is Olivia Scalera in lane 2 and Deirdre Belger in lane 4. So
you got to leave it all out there.
Come on, Olivia. Can you catch her? Deirdre, too.
Nice turn, Olivia Scalera.
Yeah. Deirdre is not usually a sprinter for freestyle.
Yeah, she looks good.
She does look
she
good.
Found her niche,
Come on, Olivia. Come on, Olivia.
Get that girl. Get her.
Come on, Olivia.
Close.
Almost.
Boys swimming took the 90-61 win. Tyler Fallon qualified for sectionals in the 50 free and the 400 free relay of Kevin Gu, Davis Paisoff, Sean Haley, and Fallon had a team best time by 6 seconds. Girls swimming fell short to Medfield, 95-82. Sophia Luce won the 100 fly with a season best time. Olivia Scalora, Natalie Buford, Katie Balster, and Sophia Luce had a season best time in the 200 free relay. Hiller boys hockey won their 4th game in a row on the road in Norton. Joe Scardino scored a pair. Callum Greenwood, Joe Carazza, and Charlie Purpura also netted goals as the Hillers improved to 4-5 on the season. On Sunday, January 23rd, Hiller boys basketball earned a road win over Holliston, 57-40. The Hillers had 11 different scorers in the game. Girls basketball also hosted Holliston on Sunday and raised money for the Mary Corby Scholarship Fund.
She was a member of the Hopkinton High School class of 1983, where she was a standout athlete, later becoming one of the first inductees into the Hopkinton High School Athletic Hall of Fame. That's a mouthful. She attended UMass Amherst, where she received a full scholarship as a walk-on point guard for the basketball team.
For her, basketball was more than just the game. It was about teamwork, developing leaders, and so many other life lessons that extend beyond the court. She gave her life to coaching and teaching young athletes and created an amazing atmosphere that has been carried on today.
We created a Mary Corby Memorial Scholarship to graduating Hopkinton High School students involved in athletics and who exhibit great character and leadership as our mom did. The scholarships are awarded to individuals who are active and supportive members of the community and who are good people and even better teammates.
Wally Hannaberry and Mike Terosian had the call.
They got it.
Wow, take your
nice
time.
trapping defense right there. A layup for 2, Trendle for 2. Right there. It's nice to see her finally get one in right from underneath. Oh, they have a hard time inbounding it. Turned over by Hopkinton right there. And there's another bucket for Trendle right there underneath. And we've got a timeout. Holliston. Go back to Fossbender. Puts up a 3. And it's good. Hopkinton, now Lauren Cho has it, and she kicks it way up to Kiki Fossbender, who lays it in.
Hiller girls basketball picks up the 51-35 win. Kiki Fossbender nets 15 points. Lexi Trendle added 14 points, and Brooke Doherty had 12 points in the win for the Hillers. It was the third straight win in a row. Also on Sunday, January 23rd, Hillers track and field set a record in the 50-meter. Andrew and Will Bilobreski, Sean Gombuski, and Declan Mick all qualified for nationals. On Tuesday, January 25th, Hiller girls basketball picked up their fourth straight win, taking down Millis 61-44. Kiki Fossbender netted 14 points, Brooke Doherty had 12 points, and Lexi Trendle added 10 points as the Hillers improved to 5-3 on the season. Also on Tuesday, Hiller boys basketball hosted Millis. Hopkinton got things going in a quick-paced, physical first quarter, outscoring Millis 15-10.
Andrew Hatch was just able to break through as the ball was knocked away. Engel Chat responds with a three.
In the second quarter, the Hillers offense continued to roll.
Takes it down the lane, now to Diesenroth, along the baseline, up no good, tipped in the air by Casper, and Millis pulls it down, collected by Hatch. Here comes Catalano in. Wow. He lost it. Stolen away by Casper. Wide open break to the hoop. Off the window and in.
It's a backbreaker.
Hopkinton outscored Millis 19-14 in the half and led 34-24 heading into the halftime break. In the third quarter, the Hillers offense struggled.
Fiala knocks it down.
4-point lead.
He gets it in.
5 seconds.
Looking for the buzzer beater. Over to the corner, up for three. Oh. Got it! Jack Halloran knocks it down, and we will head into the fourth quarter.
Millis outscores Hopkinton 13-6, and it was just a 3-point Hiller lead heading into the fourth quarter. Millis started the fourth quarter on a nice run.
Coates kicks it across now. Hart for three. Got it! Wow! We're tied up.
The Hopkinton offense picked it up in the second half of the fourth quarter.
Diesenroth. Over to Casper, driving down around the defender. Count it! It's left on the shot clock. Casper squeezes between the defenders. Pantera off the window and in. Count it!
Hillers outscored Millis 15-11 in the fourth quarter and overcome offensive struggles to capture their fifth win in a row, 55-48, and improve to 7-3 on the season. Sam Pantera had a team-leading 15 points, Nate Casper contributed 13 points, and Evan Marazimi struck for 12 points and went a perfect 8-for-8 from the free-throw line. Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here, and right now we are joined by Lauren DiMartino from Baypath Humane Society. Lauren, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and I understand Baypath, they are promoting fostering animals right now. Can you talk about what fostering is?
Sure. So fostering is a chance for us to give the dogs a safe place to decompress, get them out of the shelter, get a chance to know more about them and what kind of home they need. It really helps us place them properly and make sure that we're finding the right family for them, as well as the right dog for each family.
That's terrific. And so how does fostering help the animals?
It helps them decompress. The shelter is pretty stressful for most dogs and cats. We have a great volunteer team, and they come in, so they get walks, they get playtime, socializing. It's just not the same as it is in a home. So it takes that stress level down, and it gives them a chance to show who they really are. And it relieves space in the shelter as well for us to be able to help more animals.
And Baypath is trying to honor the legendary actress who just recently passed away, Betty White, with this program. What encouraged you, Baypath, to involve Betty White in this effort?
Well, we saw the, Betty White challenge of people suggesting donations in her name, and who didn't love Betty White and her love and commitment for animals. So what better way to honor her than to do something with that?
It's time to take a look at some happenings in town you should know about. Support the Hopkinton High School class of 2022 with their Hiller H Flag fundraiser. If you want to show your support for the Hopkinton Hillers, you can find these beautiful flags online at hopsenior2022.com. Hopkinton town election papers are now available. There are many open spots. For more information, you can contact Hopkinton Town Hall or check out our website, hcam.tv. Help make a Veterans Valentine's Day this Valentine's Day by making a card for a veteran. This is sponsored by the Valentine's for Vets by the Girl Scout Troop 65040. For questions, you can email hopgstroop65040. You can find all the information as well at our website, hcam.tv. The Valentine's Day cards can be dropped off at a bin outside of 14 Colella Farm Road. They are due by January 30th. Our picture of the week, the Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity hockey team stands for the national anthem before capturing a 2-1 win over Bellingham in overtime at the New England Sports Center. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, January 31st at 7 p.m. The planning board meeting will be live on HCAM TV. And then on Tuesday, February 1st at 6 p.m., you could catch the select board meeting live on HCAM TV. For all upcoming town government meetings, you can head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry. You can catch us once again next Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.